Yes. So what can you tell us about the narrative angle for this season?
So we've come to the end of the year of injustice, and the Horkos have taken advantage of all the chaos to attack the Viking village of Moldar. Moldar. And Moldar is a small village. It has no hope whatsoever of standing up against the might of the Horkos. And so the Horkos, in their twisted way, they give them a choice. Join us or die.
Cake or death.
Exactly.
I'll take the cake, please.
It would seem like it would be an easy choice, but it's not for the village of Moldar because they are a Chimera village. They've sworn an oath to the Chimera Alliance.
Oh, that makes things awkward.
It does make things a little bit awkward. On one hand, you have the village chieftain who says, absolutely not. We cannot join the Horkos. We've sworn an oath. Oaths are for life, even when they don't suit you.
It's pretty lawful good.
Lawful good.
All right.
And on the other hand, you have the chieftain's brother, Highlander Maddox, who says, what's the point of blindly following an oath if it's just going to get you and all your people killed? So he's got a point, as Stefan mentioned. So yes, there's that moral dilemma at play, which is eventually answered when Highlander Maddox kills his chieftain in order to survive. Yes.
Yeah, that escalated quickly.
It escalated pretty fast. I mean, they didn't have a long time to choose. And yes, he allies with the Horkos and becomes Oathbreaker Maddox.
All right. Yeah, all my homies hate oaths.
Yeah. We know which side you'd be on then.
Yeah. And you can see some of Oathbreaker Maddox here. And I feel like there's some narrative elements woven into the skin itself.
Yes. So the first thing to know about Highlander Maddox is that he is a survivor. And this is best represented in the amazing design he has here with the saber-toothed tiger pelt. The story behind that goes that once Maddox was lost in the Viking wilderness on the point of freezing to death.
An easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty easy in Valkenheim. When he came across a saber-toothed tiger, supposedly an extinct creature, somehow survived the cataclysm. And it's a beautiful creature, very rare. Still, he killed the creature in order to survive, where it's fur. And it just foreshadows how he's willing to do whatever it takes to live. And of course, his inevitable betrayal of the chieftain.
Yeah. And then I believe there's some other elements in the armor as well from like the artistic direction side that kind of speak to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So of course the pelt is the first thing. It's the biggest thing. It's enormous. It takes over his whole body. In a way, it kind of is symbolic of his own loss of personhood. Like he's kind of put away Maddox, who did all of this treason and is channeling it all into this persona of the saber-toothed tiger. And he is the saber-toothed tiger. That is the person who has survived at all cost. So that way he's able to really like channel all of that justification, all the guilt goes into there. He also
kind of swallowing him up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just covering his arms, covering his head, and there's this blood swipe that goes across the top of it as well. And this, you can kind of even say that he's been reborn as the saber-toothed tiger. He's baptized in its blood. It's becoming something new.
That's a gooey baptism.
It really is.
Yeah. Hard to wash off.
Yeah. It's one that you can change the color of as well.
I love it.
Yes. So he's got minimal Highlander elements left on him. He's got a little bit of plaid right at his waist. So you can still see bits of that background. You can see the accessories at his waist as well. He's got a pouch. He has a horn. He's got some handcuffs. And it's really... the pelt is the focal point for sure. But
no, it's great. I love those little Highlander elements you can see just have eroded down as he's been like
chipping away.
This is me now.
Yes.
This is the new me.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I'm not gonna take it anymore. You know, he's just really stepping into this like more bestial like persona.
He's also fully armored Viking.
That did not escape me. And
yes.
I believe this is going to be a fun one for people who like alt materials, right?
It is. Yeah, the chainmail can be customized with alternate materials. There's also a bunch of colors that you can customize on his pants, on that blood swipe, on the plaid.
Yeah, make use of all those materials, all those color swatches. Go ham. And I believe if Max, if we can get that back up just so people can see the weapon, I think there's some story in the weapon as well, right?
There is, yes. So he has his massive claymore, and it has a bunch of like Celtic sort of designs all the way down the blade. You can kind of imagine that these designs would they're like a representation of all the blood of his friends, his allies that has gone down it. It leads all the way to the saber tooth on the guard. It's a very complex pattern for a complex mindset.
Gotcha. So I killed all these people to become who I am now, and this weapon reminds me of that. I like that because weapons, armor, they always tell a story, right?
Exactly.
Even in real life, every dent, every little nick, it builds the story of the piece of the weapon, of the armor. So it looks incredible. Oathbreaker Maddox will be available for all of you who are like, yes, I need my bestial Highlander on starting Thursday, December 7th, and 25K steel. So